Co-Hosts listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Tea. We welcome you all to join us
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all those people and businesses that take care of this community and all of the athletes that are within. And I'm telling you, if you haven't gotten a chance, please go and visit our business community because it's grown. And I got 3 new people up there. We got Jimmy Thayton. Put your hands together, Jimmy. We've got Joanne Stoltz, Caldwell Banker, and of course, I don't know. Dr. D, it's got to be your favorite, okay? Galita Sushi.
Yeah.
Vin at Galita Sushi.
All right.
Okay, they're all on the top, and all those 3 businesses, I put them all up on the top for a reason, because honestly, for the last 6 months we were doing this Roundup campaign, each one of those people have donated not hundreds, but thousands. So put your hands again. Thousands of dollars, okay? And all that money to the Roundup campaign is going directly to United Boys and Girls Club. So, again, we just got to, our love and our thanks to anybody in the community that gives back. And, I know that because we're rich, right, Dr. D? We're rich with love in this community.
That's true.
It just never ends.
That's right.
Like you. Giver. All those commercials. You don't ask for anything, although we are going to go see Vin tonight.
Yes.
And, you will not see a bill. Okay?
Okay.
You don't bring your wallet, Dr. D. I got this. Okay. I got this
Well,
for
thank
everything
you.
that you do.
Well, thank you.
You're awesome, so thank you.
I appreciate
Dr.
that.
D, what are we going to do with Dr. D? There's no show without Dr. D.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're awesome.
Now, if we can just get rid of the heat.
No!
Enough already with the heat.
Then what's going to happen if we could get rid of the rain, which is coming?
No. Do not get rid of the rain.
I know, but
Bring it
people
on.
are good. Okay, you want it? It's
I
going
want
to
it.
come.
I
I'm
want
thinking, I'm feeling it. There's like a third of the world is dry, and then the other one, what's happening in Tokyo, right? That 3 streets washed
man.
away.
Well,
So you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you wish for. Right, Andy Gill?
Absolutely.
What are you doing? Get on the horn there, dude.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah.
Erica? I've been
Yes.
on a hiatus, a little vacation for a while. Happy to be back.
I know. Well, you're back today.
It's crazy. The beginning of the school year, I'm right when we start. I'm gone for a little while,
September 22nd. I have this thing about keeping kids current, and especially parents. Who,
Absolutely.
Not that they're detaching or whatever, but you really gotta. We've got to educate the folks of where the student should be and where should they be, freshmen up to seniors. Talk to me.
All right, let's start with our 12th graders, just because right now it's getting a little. It's kind of crunch time right now for 12th graders. So 12th graders, you guys are finalizing and working on those drafts of your personal statement. Hopefully, you've already taken the SAT and the ACT a couple times. If not, that's okay too. You got a couple more opportunities before December. Last opportunity to take the SAT is in December. But other than that, it's really getting those documents together, getting your letters of getting those letters of rec together, or asking for the first time. You want to make sure you pick somebody academic. Somebody that knows you pretty well in the community, maybe a priest, a pastor, a coach. Those are really good. And then obviously me, your high school counselor. So
Queen of Teen?
Queen of Teen? I mean, yeah, you know so many teens in this community. You'd write great letters.
I know.
I'm gonna start sending people your way, not mine.
I like to do the letters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
well, I've got people that, I'll be honest with you, my letters get spell checked.
Yes.
And my letters get corrected.
Absolutely.
I mean, they really do. So thank you, Andy Gill.
Yeah, well,
Thank you for taking care of me.
So, those 12th graders, just because you're a senior doesn't mean you're done with school, though. You still got an entire 8 months of school ahead of you. You still got to do well. And yeah, let's get you into your dream school. Juniors right now, preparing. PSAT's coming up for the first time in October. Other than that, just keep finalizing those community service hours, keep doing well in class. Your junior year is usually your most academic and toughest. So just stay on top of that, talk to your teachers. Building relationships with teachers is key. They want to know you just like everybody else wants to know you. They're people as well. Ask them how they're doing. And that's about it. 10th graders. I'm sorry?
I think that's the reason why I didn't go to college. I don't remember taking any of these in junior, senior year high school.
And
Honestly, I don't.
Did you use paper pencil or a rock and a chisel?
I think it was the rock and the chisel. Maybe that's it. It was before those.
And truthfully speaking, if you were to ask any of my friends now, if 10 years ago, if I would have been a high school counselor, everybody would have just given you a complete quick no. And that's the thing. I wasn't really prepared in high school. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't take the right classes. So my first 2 years of college were really hard. So that's why it's key.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
It was a good school.
That's the thing. Right now, these 9th and 10th and 11th graders, it's all about challenging yourself now. So when you get there, it's a little bit easier. AP classes, SBCC dual enrollment. We have a crazy unique bond with City College. Like you, as a high school student, as long as you're a part of the Santa Barbara School District, you can take anything on the City College catalog
now,
for free.
I'm curious about something. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the system is set up the way that it is. You need to take these tests in order to get into college.
Yeah.
Why isn't your basic coursework that you're taking and the grade point average that you're earning as you're going through freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year of high school, why isn't that enough?
Truthfully speaking, I mean, we're now competing with the world. This is global. Like, if you want to go to UCLA...
Are they taking these tests?
That's the thing. I hate to say it, but sometimes it's about money. And somebody from outside of the country is going to pay twice as much as a United States student. So they're school's kind of thinking, all right, we need a new track. So we're going to take these foreign students. But holistically, I mean, you really got to be an all-around student. And these guys next to me, I'm sure, can vouch. It's a holistic student. They want to know, were you a part of a club? Were you part of a team? Where did you do your community service? And how many community service hours did you do? Most importantly, are you a good person? Are you going to make my school better? Mm-hmm. So what I talk to daily with my students is are you a contributing citizen? Like, when you graduate high school, are you going to help the world in any way?
Yeah. I waited until after high school.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
That's a nice conversation to have with a kid because,
absolutely.
I don't recall ever having conversations like that.
Yeah, and I work really, really hard. I try to see a lot of students in a day, but truthfully speaking, I mean, a lot slip through still. We need more counselors. We need more people in the schools. But yeah, it's been good so far. 10th graders?
Good.
10th graders. Right now, you now understand what the high school system is like. 9th grade's been under your belt. You feel a little bit more confident. You're a little older. You may be driving now. But other than that, just keep doing well in school. Keep building those relationships with teachers because they're the ones that are going to write your letters of rec. Good opportunity in 10th grade. Things, you're probably pretty involved with sports in your classes, but during those breaks, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, summertime, get those hours done. Community service, minimum right now. UCLA is admitting classes here. Minimum hours of community service. I don't know. Anybody want to try and guess what it was? It's absurd.
1,000?
Pretty close. 800.
Oh, wow.
800 hours of community service. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. I don't know why I didn't do that.
40-hour work week.
I didn't do that. I was barely graduated high school. 9th graders, you are still nervous. You're still running around, not really knowing where to go. Hopefully by this point, your classes are set, and that's what it is. Surrounding yourself with good people. I've told Erica this before. You're a product of the 5 people you surround yourself with most. So pick your friends wisely because you'll start turning into them.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Thank you.
No lies, though. Dr. D's not lying. It is hot in here. I'm dying.
We've got a couple more co-hosts, and then we're going to go to break. But I want to give the mic now over to Angela Miller Bevan. Woo! Angela.
Hello.
Yes. Fairview Gardens. Talk to me. And you brought a basket of fruit, and I'm going to be diving into the cherry tomatoes right now.
Yeah, so I brought some little cherry tomatoes,
and
which...
we'll pass them around.
As I've said before, we are...
organic.
Yeah, we have so many tomatoes at Fairview Gardens right now that we could probably feed the entire state of California.
Serious.
There's so many.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Thank you. And I brought 2 things. I brought 2 things for you today.
Serious.
To guess.
Oh God.
Which I love to have Erica. She likes
Fail.
This is where she learns. So what is this? It's yellow and it is.
Okay,
She's
I'm going to say
tomato. But what kind of tomato? You're not supposed to.
Is that what I was supposed to say? Because I was going to say a pumpkin tomato.
I wasn't.
Well, it's orange. I don't know.
It's an heirloom tomato.
Genetically modified heirloom. I don't know.
Which heirloom tomatoes are so delicious that you can eat them just on a sandwich, just having a tomato sandwich, and you put a little basil on there.
A little salt.
It's delicious. A little salt, a little mayonnaise.
Very nice.
Very nice. And then I have one for you to taste.
Here we go.
That we're going to have you taste it.
Gonna blindfold me this time?
It's red and it has little tiny seeds in it.
Okay. Eat the seeds.
And it's very sour.
This would be good, like, this is good, though.
What is it?
I don't know.
I think I know what it is.
I think it's, I think I know, but I'm going to guess, and then it's going to be wrong. And then
Everybody's tasting it right now.
I have so many fingers in here. It tastes like fingers. No.
Please don't say that.
I know exactly. I know.
It's a pomegranate.
I was going to say that.
Yep.
And we have an
I can't read the
abundance.
lips. See, I was looking over at Dr. Scott. He's like, bah, bah, bah. And I'm like, what is that? Put up a sign next time. I can't read, but go ahead.
Pomegranates aren't just for martinis. They are also really good on. I made a pasta the other night that I boiled it in water and then a cup of Chianti, and then it turns the pasta a reddish color, and then you put the Parmesan cheese on it, drain it, put Parmesan cheese on it, and then top it with the pomegranate seeds.
And then drink the Chianti.
And then you have the Chianti and a martini.
And incidentally, pomegranates are also very good antioxidants. And there's a good study that suggests that if you were to drink just 1 ounce of pomegranate juice a day, that it would actually have effect on your antioxidant levels.
Really?
So,
Dr.
yeah.
Scott Noble? Oh, yes. How you raised the show.
Nice work. I was going to say that too, but he said it so much more eloquently than I did.
Well, you guys should have your own show, maybe.
We should.
Exactly. There you
I
go.
can talk about why you should, like why it tastes good, and he can tell you why it's good for you.
Exactly. What a nice little team bonding we got going on here. Okay, what else we got going on?
So we have some really great things going on at Fairview Gardens right now. This year is our first year. In past years, we have an after-school program that just started at the farm, and it's on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5. And that's for kids from 4 to the ages of, they can come from like 9 to 10.
Nice.
And that's a camp that they can go to. But we also have a teen apprenticeship program starting that's for teens. And it starts September 29th, and you can go to our website to get more details about it. But it's a really great apprenticeship program for teens.
Don't you think this whole thing's going to blow up? You know, I was at Starbucks the other day. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's packed with people and kids. I'm like, homeschool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, school started. So I am like blown away at how many kids I see like walking around Santa Barbara. Honestly, they're not tourists. You know, I can't believe it. So I would think that programs like this, once you get part of their curriculum, this would be like really good.
It is, and we also are starting a homeschooler program for the kids that are in homeschool, because we do have a very large amount of families participating in homeschooling in Santa Barbara.
Seriously.
So those are our programs. But the apprenticeship program is really fun because it gives the teens a chance to get out there and learn about farming. And as we all know, farming is a dying, it's just dying off in our nation. And we need to start teaching our kids how to farm, or we're not going to have any food.
All right. Let's end on that glory. Okay. Hey, listen, we've got some representatives from Westmont today. We got some representatives from Kisibella. And then we got little Jackson. We're going to be bringing up here little... what are you going to call him? Your little sweetie cake? He calls you mama.
No. I call him Bun.
Oh,
Bun. And
What do you call AJ?
Okay. Well, that means we got to go to break. Shh, no talking until I look at you. This is the Queen of Teen, Erica Salda. Don't go away. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please listen to us every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. All right, I'm so happy. We've got 2 representatives from Westmont College baseball. Robert Ruiz has been out on the show many times. I absolutely love this coach. He actually gave John a lot of batting instruction when he was at Bishop, so I really thank him for that. And I sent him out a text, and he sent a text back with a couple of names, and Russell called me immediately, and let's put our hands together for Russell Harmening. Woo! And Will Berry. How you doing, boys?
Good. How are you?
Nice. Thanks. Congratulations. The Washington Nationals, right?
Yeah.
The natural, because they're naturally the Nationals, right? They are so lucky. So talk about your ride, because this is I got goosebumps right now.
So I was a junior last year with Will, and I finished up our season in May, and I mean, I knew I had a shot at getting drafted going through the season.
How do you know that?
Well, in the fall we had kind of
People are looking at you
a
with
scout day,
spyglasses.
and we fill out a lot of forms and different things, so you kind of know that you have a shot, but you never know what's really going to happen.
Right.
But Coach Rees and Coach Gagul, the pitching coach, really helped me through the whole process. I didn't really have any idea going into it, and they just gave me a lot of advice, and I kind of had to make the decision of whether to go back for my senior year or leave and play professional baseball, and they were really they told me it's really up to you. They weren't either way. They didn't really force me, and they just kind of gave me good advice.
Growing up, playing in your youth and playing in high school and then playing in college, this was always a dream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how much has your life changed since May?
Not that much.
You eating better? I remember college food.
I'm just really thankful to get the opportunity to play. And I played for about 2 months this summer in rookie ball, which is kind of the first level of the minor leagues. And I don't know, it was just really exciting to get that opportunity because,
are you playing minor league ball with the Nationals team, Nationals club?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And you're a pitcher, is what I hear.
Yeah.
All right. What's your go-to?
Probably
good question.
fastball.
What's your go-to? Well, you're a basketball guy. Now you're the baseball guy. All right.
My best pitch is probably my cutter. That's what I throw most of the time. But
sweet. I got a co-ed softball game tonight if you want to play. Yeah, we could use you. That's funny. Sweet, though. Well, I'm very happy to hear of all these positive changes. Do you ever see yourself going back and maybe, this happens to a lot of pro athletes, going back and finishing up your degree?
Yeah, actually, it worked out really well. I only had one semester left, so I'm actually at Westmont this fall finishing up, and that's actually worked out really well.
Nice, you'll be done soon enough. That's awesome. So I don't know too much about the levels, but what's a good timeline to jump from the minors, like the prep levels, down to getting on the main field?
It's a pretty long. There's a lot of levels. So where I was, rookie ball is kind of the first step, and then there's kind of two sets of rookie ball. There's one that's more advanced, and then that you have low A, then high A, double A, triple A, and then the major. So there's about seven steps.
Okay.
And there's a lot of really good players, it makes it kind of fun because the competition level is so good that.
And I'm really glad you hit on that word because I was actually just about to say it. You're competitive by nature. It's a fact. But what do you see yourself doing, or what do you think you need to do to kind of get to that major league level?
For me, we have a lot of time in the off season, so just work as hard as I can in the off season, working out, improving your physical condition, and then working on other parts of the game, mental side, and our pitching coach is actually going to help me a little bit over when I start throwing again.
Cool.
But it's kind of an interesting thing just because everyone's trying to get to the major leagues, and so it's really competitive.
We have Dr. Scott Noble in the house, and he's my doctor. He's an acupuncturist, but he does a lot of energy work. And so when you're saying in the off season, how many months do you shut down your shoulder? Like you shut it down, like you don't throw? Is there such a time that you ever do that?
So they give us. I'm taking about 2 months off, 2 to 3.
Like you're not throwing.
Yeah, not throwing at all.
Okay, cool. Scott.
Yeah, I was just going into this line of questioning. I'm curious as you progress through this, the kinds of things that they have you doing to maintain yourself. I want to add, pitching's one of those specialty arts where you're really using a certain set of muscles all the time, and it's a little less or it's a little more demanding than in some positions which are more all around using more muscles. So what do they have you doing to maintain your arm and your shoulder?
I have a pretty good shoulder program, mostly just after we throw, just making sure to get all your stretches in and everything. It's actually because you throw a lot more innings and there's a lot of throwing in pro ball, which was a big step, and so just being intentional about getting all your stretches in all the programs they have for you and stuff is really important.
And do they have you doing ice at the end of every practice, or ice and heat rotations or anything like that? Yeah,
it's kind of up to the player whether they prefer that or not.
Yeah. So do they encourage you to basically see what works for you and
Yeah, they have a pretty good program, but especially for the first year, they kind of want to see where you're at. So they gave us some leeway as far as that's concerned. But
Well, when Eric has you come back around, as I know she'll track you down and bring you back to the show at some point here, I'd be curious to see as you progress, and we know you will, if things get a little more like, this is really what you need to do to maintain the machine, or if they keep as much, up to your discretion. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now I've really liked the amount that the strength guys and the physical therapists are really, they have one for every team, so they're really good about making sure you're healthy. That's cool. But also giving you some kind of because everyone's different, so making sure that.
So, Russell, we were talking a little bit earlier about what you're eating. Mm-hmm. Are you eating lots of organic vegetables?
Actually, I'm trying to implement more vegetables into my diet because it's definitely been lacking. But that's actually, I met with a nutritionist and she was
and
saying
do they
that's
encourage
really
that?
Yeah.
So do they give you like when you're there at camp? You're going into a certain cafeteria and they're feeding you, so you have choices, or are they encouraging you?
Yeah. So when I was there, they provided breakfast for us, and they had a pretty good whatever you needed for breakfast, and then you got lunch every day. So the only meal we had to worry about was dinner. So this is kind of the first time not eating in a cafeteria for me, or eating at home. So kind of learning how to eat healthy and affordable, and learning.
Well,
about
it'll keep you healthier, and it'll make you stronger, and you probably make it to the majors.
I hope.
So we'll end on that note. Is that better? That's a much better close. Thank you. Angela, you just killed me. Hey, this is Erica Saul. Let's take a short little break. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. You can find us on all social media, teensportsradio.com, and I believe Dr. D is amazing. The last Facebook show that we posted, we had over 1,000 views. Woo! Yeah! 1,000! That's not, I was just like, what? And I'm like, 1,000. No, that was, we posted 8 o'clock in the morning, and that was by lunch. Wow. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That was nice. That was the Gregory show. Those homeschool people, those Boy Scouts, man, they rocked it. share. That's so funny. Oh my God, I might have every single Boy Scout knock on my door for more caramel corn. I'm gonna have to hide. Yeah. Erica is out. She's not home. See you next year. No, I'm just kidding. All right, next in the house, put your hands together. Will Bearing. Woo! All right. Haha, the Mets, my New York team. That's right. Now I can admit that I'm a Mets fan. All right, let's get go, Will. Now it comes out. Will's in the house. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you very much.
All right, tell us your journey.
Well, I'm originally from Tustin, California, in Orange County, and I was recruited by Coach Ruiz to come out here.
First of all, we got to change a little. When you get back in the New York house, you go, I was recruited. You have to toughen it.
I have to develop that accent a little bit.
But now you got to bring the attitude.
You have to shake all of the Southern California out of me.
That's right. Put it like a little lightning bolt over your left earlobe. Okay, go ahead.
And I loved everything he did for the program. Just the way he went about everything, all the extra stuff I got to do at Westmont, I thought it was just a perfect fit for me, and it really just took off from there. It turned out that it was a perfect fit for me, and I was really able to thrive at Westmont and under Coach Ruiz, and I was able to put myself in a really good position to get drafted and or possibly just get signed after the draft. So it didn't actually work out that I was drafted, but I was still one of the top guys to sign as a free agent right after the draft. So it's a pretty interesting story. Is right after, about a week after the draft, I received a call that said from the Mets that said they had an open spot for me. Except he's like, I got an open spot for you, except you leave the next day. So I was just sitting at home, kind of weighing my options. I was like,
your bags are packed.
Yeah, exactly.
You lied right now.
My bags were packed, and I was in Florida the next morning.
Hello.
That's exactly how it worked. No negotiating. I was on the plane.
That's it.
Right out there.
That's it.
So I was extremely blessed and thankful.
Telling everybody. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, just hoping somebody asks you for like a signature maybe or something. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's not it. Did you wear a Mets hat out the door? No.
I wanted to.
Yeah,
if I had one. As soon as I got one, it didn't leave my head for a while. So
that's nice. No, how fun though. I mean, how old were you when you first thought about it, being a professional baseball player?
Oh man, I think every kid who plays baseball dreams about it as soon as they step on the field. So from a young age, it was a dream to be able to play professional sports, and it was. You kind of just have to go about it as in, just do everything you can to do and see where it falls. And I was lucky enough to be able to play the way that I did and give myself an opportunity.
Did you have a particular parent or a coach that maybe threw it out and said, whenever you're in the big leagues and you bought that? I mean, because that's really all you got to do is open up a belief door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have coaches all the way up. Coach Ruiz was a huge one to start. He was able to put me in a leadership role and really take me under his wing when I was at Westmont and really help mold me into the person I am today.
You never had to wear the pink T-shirt then, huh?
Nope, never had to wear
that pink T-shirt! You showed me that pink T-shirt. It humbles everybody, doesn't it?
It does.
Russell, get up on the bike. Did you ever wear that pink T-shirt? Mr. Wonderful?
What's the pink T-shirt?
I never had to wear the pink
You don't hear about the pink T-shirt?
I don't know about
Okay.
Talk about the pink T-shirt.
So the pink T-shirt it's a giant pink T-shirt. It's
giant.
Yeah, it's huge. So it'll go down to your knees, and it says man up on it.
It's a nice.
So if somebody is complaining during the practice, like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to run, I got a scrape on my knee, then it's a team vote to say, hey, this guy needs to man up and wear this pink T-shirt. So then it's a reminder for the rest of the day that, hey, this guy needs to man up and pull his weight a little bit.
That's funny.
Oh, funny. And you never had to wear it?
Nope.
Oh, man. But you voted, guys, to wear it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did Russell ever have? Did you ever vote? Again, but he didn't get it.
No, I don't think Russell had to.
Never. Russell did not. Well, because at BP, he could throw at your head, right? No, I'm just saying, never do that. It's Westmont. Yeah. But he's a pitcher, right?
Yeah. You have to take that into consideration a little bit.
Exactly. Do the pitchers, they throw BP, right? No. Sometimes?
Well, they help throw scrimmages, so we play against each other a lot.
Yeah. And then who's got the pink T-shirt?
So,
I
when
like that.
you were flown to Florida, did you get a chance to play with some other guys out there yet, or is it still in the signing?
Oh no, yeah. So I play in the same league that Russell played in.
Oh,
so I actually got to be an opponent to Russell for our first professional
Let's hear
season.
about that.
Yeah, that's.
Let's hear about that. Okay.
All right, so
obviously he knows your weak spots. Oh, look.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to get comfy spot. Okay.
It could become a little bit of a chess match since we both know each other so well. We played together for 3 years.
Okay.
So I got to face him 3 times, I believe. And
we can let him. Okay, Russell, 3 times. Well, I want to hear both stories. Okay, you go first.
Okay. So final result. He was over.
Picture, bottom line.
Start with that.
He was over 3 off me, but I mean, all the at bats were really. He hit a ball really hard that. Right at second, that probably should have been a hit. And hitting wise, it's kind of tough because you can hit 3 balls as super hard and be 0 for 3, and some guys will get 3 balls that bloop over second base and they're 3 for 3. So I mean, it's a little bit different. So we didn't have a huge sample size. So maybe he'll get to face me next year and see what happens.
Yeah, I think we can call it a draw at this point. Nobody really won.
Yeah, right. I agree.
So where are you going to be next year? Same teams? You haven't been moved around? Same organization, same teams? And you'll be playing against each other next year, is that right?
The way it works is we will both report to spring training where the major leaguers, everybody goes in the spring. And we'll have the chance to play. And going on from there, then we will be assigned to a different team and hopefully up another level. So
your expenses and the travel, I mean, it's probably by bus, right? Because when you're at the lower until, you move up notches.
Yeah.
I mean, everything improves. I mean, you really have to, speaking the truth, you really have to love the game because it's a hard life, isn't it? I mean, are you being housed by families when you get to the team, or do you have how does that all work?
Well, at the level we were at, we actually stayed at hotels.
Woo! So nice. Room service.
Not those kind of hotels. But that would be nice if there were.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a grind. You definitely have to pay your dues.
Yeah.
But it's all for the hope that it is worth it at the end. And travel wasn't bad. We had to travel farther for Westmont games
Right.
than we did for any of those games here in our league. So that was actually pretty nice.
Nice.
Coming out of high school, had you heard of Westmont? Did you know where you were going?
I had not heard out of Westmont other than when Coach Louise and Coach Gould first contacted me. I believe it was like 2010, my junior year.
And that's the cool thing about sports is that if you're a stud and you're an athlete, they're going to find you.
Exactly.
And they clearly found you guys. I think outfielders are one of the most athletic positions because they're fast, they can throw. So you're probably pretty athletic. You probably hit pretty hard, and I can see by your arm size.
Popeye.
Yeah, you got some power. So, I mean, I think outfielders they can play any sport. Do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I played football my whole life growing up, all the way up through high school. Started as soon as you could start hitting when you're like 7 or 8 years old.
Nice.
And that's also one of the greatest things about baseball in general was you don't have to go to a big Division I school. You don't have to go to a big notable school to be noticed. And that was one of my decisions that came in when I chose Westmont. Is that if I knew I still wanted to play professional baseball, if I went to a school like Westmont, I could still give myself a really good chance to do so.
Right.
So, and I mean, obviously Russell and myself and a couple other guys have been able to prove that true.
Let's take a quick little break, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Westmont and Coach Ruiz when we get back. Is that all right? Got a couple more minutes?
Sounds
all
great.
Right. This is Erica Salda. It's go time. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday, 9 a.m. Dominique just rolled in. Where else could you find us?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube's cool. You can hear all the shows on YouTube.
Yes.
And teensportsradio.com.
That's pretty bad. I know. Everyone's staring at you right now. That's okay, because who cares? All right, so we've got the boys in the house from Westmont. We got Will and Russell, and I just want to plug the school a little bit right now, and the coach, because we all agree, how many in this room just love Ruiz. He's really, you guys have broke all school records under his coaching. So if I had to write one word to just describe the coach and the coaching staff, how would you describe it? Westmont baseball, right now, where do you think it's gonna? You're not there anymore, but where do you think in the next 5 years? Do you think he can do it? Do you think he could bring home the title?
I mean,
come on now, think positive.
It could definitely happen.
I'm gonna say you said
it. The biggest thing for me is not just that, because he doesn't obviously cares about winning, but he's turning people like me who played in the program into men, and teaching them how to lead, and that's more important as you go on in life.
Okay, but when are we going to win the championship? Just what? Dr. D's looking at me. Hey, I graduated from Westmont. I get the whole thing, but still, come on, right? We got a shot. You broke the school record for most wins, correct?
Correct.
2 years ago or last year? It was within, you have to educate me. I think it was last year.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Well, we broke it 2 years ago and then broke it again last year.
Rebroke it.
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to the dance, and it's you need a little luck when you get there, just pitching and everything, you have to have all that, getting there. It's kind of like who spikes big at the end, right? Mm-hmm. So, are you following who he brought in for this year? You're feeling it?
Yeah, definitely a little bit, and I think that just the talent that is continuing to come in just keeps getting better and better every year.
Yeah, he changed the whole culture.
Exactly.
When you guys like you are getting drafted, now we can't say, nobody can bang the small little school anymore.
Exactly, and that's a credit to guys like Russell and me, and even more so to the guys who were the classes that were 2, 3 years, 4 years before us when Coach Ruiz first got there.
Right.
His first couple of classes that were able to come in and completely do a 180 with the team culture, and then really kind of give some weight to the name Westmont baseball. Right. And then it's kind of just been able to increase ever since, and then the talent just keeps getting better and better because guys now want to come and play competitively for Westmont.
Right.
So I definitely think that
if anybody's never seen the school or the park that you guys play at, you're hosting a lot of you're doing all of the area codes now and professional tryouts, I heard, as well, or no?
Yeah, we just started doing now have enough talent to be able to have pro days where guys come out and practice in front of scouts, and scouts are willing to come out to Westmont now and just watch just Westmont players.
It's a gorgeous field. I mean, have you guys been out there? I'm sure the observatory. I happen to think that's the best ticket in town. Third Friday of every single month, if you want to go check out, the stars for free. Where do you get? It's got the biggest telescope between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And then while the sun goes down, you got that beautiful the track, and then you look over to the right, and then you see the field. I mean, it's amazing. It's $1 million view. I don't get it. It's beautiful.
That's great.
I'm looking around. I'm like, why am I the only one here? That's okay. Maybe because people thought that I was coming. I don't know. Eric, don't go that day.
Because you never invited me.
I know. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? Third Friday of every month.
I have not.
Free. All of San Marcos should go there.
I gotta go.
It doesn't cost anything. I love free. I can't even get over it. Dr. Scott, you wanted to say something?
No.
Yes. Make something up, Doc.
Okay. What I brought today was movement is life, and a place that it applies to athletics, of course, is how do our joints move? And so I want to talk a little bit about how synovial joints work. And it's that move it or lose it principle, and this also has huge implications as people age. Basically, there's fluid inside a capsule and a semi-permeable membrane around it, which means that some things can exchange through that membrane when there's enough pressure. So when we move a joint, the pressure from the movement helps the exchange of fresh nutrients into the joint and helps get the old stuff out of the joint. That's how you keep your joints healthy. And so oftentimes when we have inflammatory disorders, which you're prone to, especially as a pitcher, sometimes stretching too much isn't a good idea because you could inflame it even more. And moving too much isn't even a good idea because there might be some pain and spasm around that. But these micro movements of just getting ever so slight, a wave going through the joint, just moving about 5% strength, 5% movement, actually still pumps the synovial joint, and you get the exchange of fresh nutrients into it, so it'll heal up and quicken the response time to reduce the inflammation response. So it's a way to work the joints through movement even while you're not taxing them too much, which is sort of the paradox.
That's amazing. The thought that a little movement can be even more helpful than a large movement.
Okay, so guys, when you're sitting there next to a girl and start wiggling around, okay, she's not going to think you're retarded because she's just going to say you're like, what is the word? Synovial?
I'm working my synovial joints.
That's it. Okay. All right, so, oh my God, Angela just I don't know, rag, spill on aisle 3.
Yeah, pomegranate juice.
Oh my God. That's awesome. Well, thank you. That's how you segued right into that. That's amazing. Did you guys get that? No, because I think Russell's trying to move around a little. I think he's moving around a little.
Consider it a type of training. Eventually, there's a really good probability that you're going to work your joints so much that they're going to get hot. That's the inflammation response. It's too much heat stuck in the joint. So at that point, they may tell you to completely rest. Well, one of the things that you can do in your rest cycle is move just a little bit, and it'll keep moving things through the system, improve the healing time, and then you don't stress it out more, which is what a lot of the trainers are going to be concerned about, is spiking the inflammation response even higher. And the same thing applies to people as they age. Sometimes it just hurts to move around. It's because our joints get stiffer and stiffer. So these micro movements are a really powerful way for us to help ourselves.
As Dr. D swings that bad knee. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, let's take a short little break right now. Put your hands together for Will. Put your hands together for Russell. Thank you, boys, for coming out today. Really appreciate it. We're going to take a short break. We got a lot more. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. And it's just amazing that I have my massage therapist. I think that's the best way to describe you, right? Sabrina Story, Kisabella, put your hands together. Woo! I have always been so anal about my massage therapists. And then, I hate switching because I'm a Virgo. Okay. And then we're in this whole lunar eclipseal thing. So I don't want to make any changes at all, because my body movement, water, and the whole thing. Then Chris at Kesey Bell is like, well, she's my massage therapist because, mine was out of town for a little while. And Sabrina, I got to say, you have made it available for people and you've changed my outlook on change. So thank you so much. You are amazing. You give deep tissue a new word, okay? Deep, because I have to wear like a mirror. Oh, what's that decoloration? That wasn't that bad. I'm kidding. But I tell you, you get in there and you really moved everything around. And I want to talk about you've been doing this now since 1990?
Yeah. So
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Did you study here in Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara Body Therapy Institute.
Nice. Okay, so why, the one thing I like about you, and it's kind of mean not to out you, whatever, because sometimes I close my eyes, I don't pay attention, but recently I've been opening my eyes. What's the whole thing? Like you prey on somebody, you posture yourself. See, I caught you.
You caught me praying.
Well, my hip
Well, I try to.
But you'd like to prey on the person before. I'm like, okay, when are we going to get started? Because my head's in the hole, And I'm like, so I kind of move and I'm like, what is she doing? And then you had this, that, not a Mr. Miyagi moment, but you were definitely in your own little place and space. And I didn't know if you had to get, geared up to massage me or whatever. But so exactly what were you doing at that time?
Well, I think that I try to ground myself and then ground myself in with the client and then try to get the energy both coming up from the energy from the earth and from this ethereal, whatever, if you want to call it heaven or whatever, coming down, so it's coming through me. So I feel like I'm supported by the earth and the energy around me to have energy to help you come through.
Yeah, no, your hands radiate. Dr. Scott, Dr. Andrea, and you are the only three people. And I get a lot of body work, and my mom was an esthetician, and, I love the whole spa thing. I think I had my first massage when I was 15. So, but there's only three people, really, ever, that, had such deep hot hands. So that, I don't understand how, I get the whole energy through, but that's kind of like a gift, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. But I also think that, I'm trying to, connect,
Now, I helped you out a lot by not doing the breathing correctly. Am I right? I almost threw your shoulder out.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wasn't doing the breathing correctly. You were stuck, and you're like, Erica, you got to help me. I'm like, you're supposed to be helping me. And do the breathing. In the nose, out the mouth. And it's just and then when I did it right, then you were sliding like a racetrack. Then we were good. You had the mano y mano thing working together, right?
Really important. Breathing and movement and the nervous system, everything goes together. And if you can get the movement going, so then you're not resisting the person that you're working
by
on.
I'm going to be honest. Yes, and I'm sure you were hurting too because we got stuck a couple of times.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
It's all about communication and moving through it and it's wonderful.
Well, I wanted to bring in Dr. Scott in this conversation. What is it about? Because in yoga, they're all about breathing and movement. What is that science of breath and movement?
Well, we talked a little bit about movement today. There's definitely a use it or lose it component. This is also how the body exchanges energy, exchanges nutrients, oxygen, and the breath thing is pretty. It's actually related to that. There's a huge self-regulation system around the joints in our ribs, and so if we're literally not expanding our ribs, we're not using those joints. They stay rather stiff, and then we don't get the feedback loops in our brain. So there's this whole thing about where we are in space in our torso that's largely related to our breath. And then, of course, there's the obvious, just bringing more oxygen in, and also bringing more oxygen out. If we're breathing shallowly, even though we might not actually be getting enough in, we're still not even pushing enough out, and the oxygen sits in our system long, and that's where you get the oxidation effect, and that's basically how all things degrade in nature. So the antioxidants and that whole conversation in our culture right now is very much about, getting the oxygen out. Exhaling properly is also how that works.
Hey, Sabrina, we've got a couple of minutes left, and we have this little 8-year-old who's been Sir Jackson, who's been so patient. But give us your contact information.
Okay, I'm at Casey Bella. I'm going to be there Thursday through Monday evenings, and for about 1 on to the evening. They close at 7. So
nice. Do you know what their phone number is? I don't have it handy. You could look it up online.
I think it's 682-0003 or something like that.
Okay.
And I do both. I do Swedish. Deep tissue
and reflexology
right. And cranial sacral, which is also now known as a deep tissue technique. So
nice.
We can.
Thank you, Sabrina. All right, we got a minute left. We got Jackson in the house. Jackson, woo! Yeah, you ate that whole box of cherry tomatoes. How you feel? Yeah, you got to say something. Hey, it's me, the Queen of Teen. All right, we'll start off with a simple question. Hey, what's your favorite hat? Color? Anything? Do you have a hat? Did anybody special in your life give you a hat that you love? No?
My dad gave me my Forrester's hat.
A Forrester's hat, okay. How about a Teen Sports Radio hat? Did you get that?
Yes.
Is that your second favorite hat? It is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that you are the youngest person that's ever been on the microphone, so we're all going to give you a big hand.
Yeah.
Yo. And in a couple of years, I'm going to be looking forward to right next to your mom being the next teen co-host. How's that? Put your handshake right here. All right, look at you, big smile. All right, this is Erica Salda. We love Santa Barbara. We'll see you next week. God bless. Please tune in and join us next Tuesday at KZSB AM 1290 at 9:06 a.m. when we will go behind the scenes with the local students, athletes, coaches, parents, volunteers, and all other teen sports supporters. This is all brought to you by ePro Insurance Agency, leader in gift planning and wealth preservation since 1983. So please follow along and support our student athletes by reading the Santa Barbara News Press. And then join me, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, Dr. Dugan, my co-host, friends, teens, every week on the Santa Barbara News Press radio station.
You're the best around.